Sorry? The spittoon is better.
Too small.
It's too small for a spittoon. You don't have it.
Yeah, okay.
Normally the Thais have a spittoon.
Yeah.
Katong. ไม่มีกระทงเหรอ Talking for 3 days, you know? Morning 2 hours, evening 2 hours. Voice is hoarse. So, why are you all here? This afternoon we went to visit her. And we saw a lot of women going there. What was the name?
Papa Villa.
Talk. But it might be reality soon. Who knows, huh? But when the Lord Buddha, when Venerable Ananda asked the Lord Buddha, how many people are going to heaven? How many people are going to hell? You know what the answer is? You see that bull over there? How many horns does he have? These are the people who are going to heaven or Nibbana. You know how many hairs he has on his fur? These are the people who go to hell. Many, 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 huh? It's not me, huh? Not Luang Por who says that. It's Lord Buddha. So be careful, yeah, what you're doing. You're born as a human being, yeah? Or at least humanoid. Maybe not a human being, not yet. It is very difficult, the Lord Buddha said, it is very difficult to reach a human birth. Huh? When you reach a human birth, it is very difficult to hear the true Dhamma. Huh? When you're born as a human being and hear the true Dhamma, it is very difficult to meet a Buddha or an Arahant. Huh?คนไทย? Huh? So, when you know it is very difficult to reach a human life, don't waste your life. Huh? Dilly-dallying around, killing the time with your smartphones, huh? I mean, I see people when they run through the streets, you know, they run like this, you know? Not being aware what is going on around them, yeah? That is killing your time, yeah? You can't wait to die, that's why you need to kill the time, huh? Think about it, yeah? I'm not here to give a pleasant talk, yeah? I have only one interest, that you start, wake up, yeah? Or at least start to open your eyes that are closed, yeah? Look what is real, yeah? Look, yeah? How much value a human birth has, yeah? Now you don't believe it? Yeah? Where do you go after death? You know where you go? Yeah? I just told you, yeah? Most of the beings, yeah? Most of human beings are going to hell. That's a destiny. Yeah? Just look at the people, you know, who come out of prison. What are they doing? They enjoy their free time for a little while until they go back to prison. And that is for most of the beings. Yeah? The Lord Buddha devised 4 categories of human beings. Yeah? The biggest category is Piyadhammo. You ever heard of that? Piyadhammo? the hopeless ones. They have only one way to go down to hell. They have no interest in Buddhism, they have no interest in any kind of religion. They're only there as human beings, to pass their time until they can't go back to hell. And then there are 30%, nearly 30%, that are called the Neya. Sometimes they have interest in Buddhism. You don't need to take notes. Listen with your heart. We are not here in a school. Please. Listen. Listen here. And then you don't need to take notes. The big group is the Neya. That's about 30%. And today they're interested in the religion, tomorrow they are not interested in the religion. They are constantly swinging around. They have the choice, to find the way to heaven, but they also, have the choice to go to hell. It depends on them. It's the same with the precepts. Today we keep the precepts, tomorrow we break them. And then the day after we keep them, then we break them. That is calling, Neya. People who are undecided. And there's 1% who are decided, who just know one way, the path out. The path out of the hamster wheel. You know what the hamster wheel is? It's samsara vata. The endless cycle of birth and death. Born and die and born. Have you ever looked at a hamster wheel? Do you see the hamster running around? This hamster really thinks he does something. When you look from the side, he's not going anywhere. Look at it next time, and see yourself in that cage, running, working very hard, to get a house, to have a family, and then you die. And then you start anew. No? Not starting anew? You're born again as a baby, once you come back as a human form, once you pass the ghost realm or the hell realm and then the ghost realm and come back as a human being, then what do you start? How do you start? As a baby. What do you do then? When you're born as a baby lying on the back, every mother knows that. It starts to move the fingers, then it starts to move, the feet, then it starts to move the legs. And sooner or later it learns to walk. You remember that, every one of you? Every one of you. You remember that? You learned to walk. You stood up, you fell over, you hit yourself, you cried, you stood up again, fell over again, until you could walk. 1.5 years, And then again, then you learned to talk. You tried to talk, but nobody understood you. Remember it? Remember very well, because that, when you come back as a human being, that's exactly what you have to do. But that's not the fun of it. 5 years on, and then you start to go to school. How long? To train how to think. Because we can't think when we come out. Remember this? Was it fun time? Going to school? Learning this, learning that. Most of this useless things that we learned, that we had to memorize, that we can't even use in our life. Didn't learn about this, birth and rebirth when we were in school. We didn't learn about karma. We didn't learn about anicca, anatta, dukkha. All the things, that are most important in our life. We just learn to memorize this or memorize that. History, biology. Learning how we evolved from an ape, what is completely untrue. They are human beings and they are animals. And the animals are animals and the human beings are human beings. It's a different realm. There are 31 realms of existence. One of the realms of existence that is below us, that we can see, is the animal realm. And that's it. And below that is the ghost realm. And then comes the demon realm, and then comes the hell realm. And above us, there are the deva realms, the Ruka devas, the what we call them fairies. We used to call them fairies because 200 or 300 years ago people used to see them. Yeah? In Thailand they still can see ghosts. Yeah? No? They are so afraid of ghosts. Probably the Chinese as well. They're also afraid of ghosts. The Westerners are not so afraid of ghosts. They eat enough garlic, and so they don't see them. So above us are the Rukadevas or the fairies, and then comes all these 24 heavenly realms. Yeah, where the highest realms is the realms of the God of creation and gods of destruction. Yeah? Oh. So the animal realm is the animal realm, and the human realm is the human realm. So be careful of what you're doing. You have a human birth. Yeah? If you're young, think about what you want to do with the rest of your life. Yeah? You want to work for a house, and then you die, and then it's gone. Yeah? Is that really worthwhile? What is worthwhile? Can we take this body with us? So we train it. I see a lot of people, exercising in the parks, swinging up their arms, swinging up their legs. Can you take this body with you? That's a question that you should ask yourself. So why do you put so much effort on this body? Huh? Why do we put, all our life is around this body. 95% of our time we use on this body. We work for this body, to clothe it, to house it, yeah? To give it medicine, yeah? And to feed it. And that's all our life, we spend it, and in the end, when we die, all was in vain, because we still had to die. Huh? Think about it. Is it kunkame? I don't know the English expression. Is it worthwhile? Yeah? When you think like this, yeah, also think, I am only, giving you food for thought, yeah, to think of, to reflect, yeah. What does it make us humans, yeah? What does it make us a Homo sapiens? We call ourselves Homo sapiens, but there's no sapiens. There's no wisdom, yeah? Because all what we do is, for 15 years we program ourselves, and then, turn on the autopilot and then just run along. Huh? And if it crash, we reprogram ourselves, yeah, to a new way, and then we run along again. A Homo sapiens is somebody who reflects. That is what makes us humans. Otherwise, you're humanoid robots or zombies running after your desires. No? Go into the shopping mall and look at the people, Not looking left, not looking right, just looking what they want, yeah? Not seeing anybody, These are called zombies. Not the zombies that you see in the movies, much more sophisticated. Yeah? But they're still zombies, running after. So what makes us human is the ability to reflect about what we are doing, why we are doing, and what kind of effect it has. Yeah? Only then can we call ourselves Homo sapiens. Or, am I wrong? Somebody objects? And so, must be right, yeah? Huh? And do you do that? Huh? When you open your mouth, do you reflect before you talk, or you just let it out? Yeah? Huh? It just comes out, yeah, automatically, huh? We don't even think about what we want to say, we see something, it comes out, yeah? Without knowing, yeah? Thais are good, yeah? They can talk for hours and hours. Can't even stop. Huh? But I don't think the Chinese are worse. They're just as bad. Huh? Talking. Yeah? I mean, you talk to this black box, yeah, that you call smartphones all the time. Yeah? Have something in your ears, and blah, 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 yeah? Look in the bus, look everywhere around you, yeah? I mean, people talking, a person, another one coming from a different planet looks at us and thinks, they must be crazy, talking to a box, yeah? And entertain, This is the most, this is our life now. The smartphone. They play with it, yeah? They read from it, yeah? They talk to it. What have we become? Huh? What have we become? Unaware of what we are doing. That's what we have become. We're just running around like robots, yeah? And you know how, yeah? I mean, if you have these smartphones, go to YouTube and have a look, how long it takes, to program an industrial robot. If he has to have complex tasks, it takes 3 months to 6 months, and sometimes even more. Programming a robot just to do one task, or multiple of tasks, and then think about, your body, how long it takes you to program it, yeah? 15 years until you can use it, yeah? And then you have it for 30 years, where it is running most of the time, it's running fine. And then with 45, there are 40 years of decay, where it starts, to grow old, and everybody knows, and this aches, and this, this goes wrong, and that goes wrong. The youngers don't know it yet, yeah? And they don't believe it. You can't believe it, if you're still young, you can't believe it, that the body breaks down. Yeah? Nobody does it. Lumpa himself had to experience it. When he got 45, suddenly, instead of walking down the stairs, he fell down the stairs because one of his knees didn't work anymore. Yeah? And then, the back, and then this, and then that, all these organs, internal organs, start to fail. And everybody knows it, it starts with the teeth, and then it goes to the internal organs, with the eyesight, with the ears, and in the end, we all die, because there's no more breath. So, 15 years training, 30 years of use, 40 years of waiting to die. That's life. No? Anybody disagrees? We have to be able, to clearly see, what we are doing, in what kind of state we are. In order to decide, what we want to do for ourselves. Yeah? I mean, there's a way out. That's why the Lord Buddha came. Yeah? There's a way out of the samsara. There's a way out of this hamster wheel. Yeah? He opened the door for us to see. Yeah? But we have to go that path. Yeah? And that path is not easy. The first thing that we do have to understand on this path is dukkha. Yeah? And dukkha mostly is translated wrongly as suffering. Yeah? Ask the people here if they are suffering. Yeah? Most of them do not really suffer. But all of them have dukkha. And what is the meaning of dukkha? Discomfort. Disease. You remember that? Discomfort, disease every day. Yeah? You get up from the bed, I don't want to. Discomfort. You still want to stay in your bed, and lie around, yeah? Don't want to walk, or don't want to lift heavy things, yeah? That's all dukkha. It's discomfort. And this body brings us a lot of discomfort, yeah? Try to remember it, yeah? Getting hungry is discomfort, yeah? Never notice it? Huh? Getting thirsty is discomfort. Huh? No? When we are really thirsty, it's not discomfort. Huh? Think about it. Yeah? I'm only here, to make you think. Yeah? To make you start reflecting about your own situation. Yeah? That's all. That's my whole purpose. Yeah? I have no other purpose than this. Yeah? Think about it. Yeah? Getting tired. Is it discomfort? Yeah. That's why we go to sleep. Yeah? When we wake up, we feel refreshed again. Yeah? So this body gives us lots of discomfort. Yeah? And then we think, when it is hot, we take a shower, that is pleasure. But the discomfort comes before. Hot, sweating, all these things that come out of this body. Yeah? Do we like them? We like the food that goes in. Do we like the thing that comes out? It's called shit. No. Do we like the sweat that comes out? Do we like the grease that comes out, and then clutters up our hair? Or why do we wash it? Yeah? Why do we wash the body daily? Yeah? Because all the things that come out of this body, we loathe. We don't like it. The shirts or the dresses or the blouses, that we have on for one day, we don't want to smell them. Yeah? Or we need to wash them. Yeah? When we hang them up in the air, they don't smell. But when we put them on our body, they smell. No? Yeah. That's why we wash them. No? We don't like it. Yeah? So what is so great about this body? Ask yourself. We train it, yeah? We put all our life, we work really hard. Most of us work really hard, yeah, to sustain this body. And then in the end, this body dies. So what can we take with us? Huh? What is it that we can take with us, from all our effort putting into this body? Huh? Think about it. Huh? If you don't use this body as a means to educate the driver of the body, what is called cheetah, then it's useless. We wasted our time as human beings. If you don't educate the driver of a car, what does he do? He crashes the car. Yeah? You have to educate the driver, to be careful driver. But we never care about the cheetah. We never care about the driver of this body. Because we don't even think that there is a driver in there. Huh? Do we think? Yeah? Some people call it soul, but it's not a soul, But it's probably similar to one. Yeah? It's a cheetah. Yeah? When it is born, it goes into the body. When it dies, it goes out of the body. Yeah? Think about it. You are born in a car, and you will die in a car, and you never get out of the car. You believe you are the car. No? No. We are born in the body, we die in the body, so we believe we are the body. But there is something, that is a cheetah. Yeah? So the Lord Buddha came and knocked on the window and said, hey, get out of the car. So that we know we are not the body. Yeah? We are just the driver of the body. And everybody can experiment it and experience it for himself. Yeah? The moment he does meditation and goes into calm, then this body disappears. But there's still something left. Yeah? And that's what we call the cheetah, or the knowingness. So it's not difficult for us to do it, to see. And that is the thing that we have to educate. That is the thing that we have to train. But we are so tired, training this body, that we don't really want to train this cheetah. And how do we train this cheetah? First of all, we keep the 5 precepts. We tell it not to go out of the bounds. Because we know if we go out of the bounds, we will end up in the lower realms. And what are the 5 precepts? Not harming any living being. not taken what is not given. No sexual misconduct. That means, being faithful in one's partnership or marriage. Yeah? Not having wrong sex. That means, anybody who is dependent on us. Yeah? That means, parents and children. Yeah? Or professor and students. Yeah? Or teachers and students. Or CEOs and secretaries. Or underlings. Yeah? Whatever. Yeah? That's all wrong sex. That's all sexual misconduct. Yeah? And it all leads to hell. Then no lies. That's difficult. No lies, no harsh speech, right? No criticism that harms other people. Yeah? Oh. That's a problem for the women, I know. Yeah, look what he is doing, look what that is doing, see, how bad he is, see how bad this, yeah? And then I always ask, and are you good? No. Huh? Look at yourself, before you judge others, huh? Because you're not good, yeah? Nobody of us is only good, yeah? We are not born in this world if we don't have evil within us, and if we don't have good within us. Yeah? Because evil and good comes, together. It's the same, it's a coin with two sides. Yeah? If there's evil, then there's good. If there's good, then there's evil. Yeah? So, look at yourself before you judge others. Yeah? Let the others do what the others do. Yeah? And worry about what you're doing. Because if we look at other people, we don't look at ourselves. Huh? Ever notice that? And we think we are better, but we are not better. Huh? Because other people just say the same things about us like we say about others. Huh? So that is musa, that is wrong speech, yeah? Lies, and speech that is deceptive, deceiving, and criticizing to harm other people. And the last thing, and that is mostly a man problem, is alcohol and drugs. Yeah? Something that makes us unmindful. One more. No. Alcohol and drugs. Why do we take alcohol and drugs? Huh? Because we have so much dukkha. Yeah? That's the only reason. Yeah? Remember your first beer or wine or, whatever it is, I don't know the hard things, yeah? Does it taste good? Does it taste like grape juice or apple juice? Huh? Huh? And you throw it down, yeah? Because you only want to get, drunk, yeah? You want to forget. Yeah? What do you want to forget? Dukkha. Yeah? And that's why we do it. Yeah? Drugs is even worse. Yeah? It makes us completely stupid. Yeah? The more we drink, the more stupid we get. Yeah? And then maybe in the next life, after we gone through hell, yeah? Because that's where we go to hell. Yeah? We don't get beer in hell. Yeah? We don't get wine in hell, we get hot iron to drink. Yeah? Are you thirsty? Yes, I'm so thirsty. Yeah? So, get a glass of hot iron and see what it does. Yeah? And when we come back, yeah? When we sooner or later come back as a human being, because we do keep sometimes the precepts, yeah? And, life after life, it adds up to one life or half a life, yeah? Then we are stupid. We don't understand anything because, we didn't want to know. Yeah? That is the effect of alcohol. We don't want to know, we don't want to see, we don't want to understand. Yeah? And if we train that, by drinking lots of alcohol, in the next life you're really becoming really stupid and don't understand a thing. Because in our previous lives, we trained ourselves not to understand, not to see. Huh? Understood? Huh? Forget about alcohol, drink grape wine. Yeah? Drink grape juice, yeah? And sorry. And apple juice, you know? I mean, they are really brazen, you know? I'm coming half an hour later, you know? So these are the 5 precepts, yeah? Keep them. Keep them from today, whatever you did in the past, you know, don't worry, yeah? Keep them from now on until you die, yeah? At least you can tell yourself, you know, I mean, in the last 15 or 20 or 50 years, you know, I've been clean, yeah? And if you've been clean for a while, you know, I mean, it might take you to a better place, yeah? Understand that. It is very important, yeah? I mean, everybody knows, you know, I mean, the laws in a country, you know, no matter if it is Singapore or Thailand, you know, if you break the laws, you go to prison, yeah? And you stay there for a while, yeah, until you come out, yeah? And that is the same thing. If you break the precepts, you have to go to hell. But people don't believe that there is hell, huh? So why are we afraid of hell? Huh? Why is everybody afraid of hell? Yeah? You can ask any child, you know. You can tell him about hell and it instantly understands what hell is, yeah? Because it has been there. We have all been there so often, yeah? So we know it very well, yeah? And we can be scared with hell. Yeah? Don't remember last time in hell? It was very hot. But all your friends were there as well, so don't worry. That's what they say in Thailand. I don't want to go to heaven, it is cold up there, you know, and all my friends are in hell, so I'd rather go to hell. That's a joke aside, yeah? Yeah, keep the 5 precepts. It is for your own good, you know? You don't do me a favor. Yeah? You do yourself a favor. Yeah? And take it seriously. I mean, getting a human birth is not easy. Yeah? Just like I said, you know, I told you in the beginning what the Lord Buddha said. Don't think, you know, the next life will be a human birth. Yeah? Very, very, very unlikely. Yeah? Maybe in 1,000 years you come back as a human. Maybe in 2,000 years. Yeah? Not tomorrow, not next life, not in 100 years. Yeah? Some of us will be going to heaven, others will be go to the ghost realm. Yeah? Some will go to the animal realm, but most of us will go to the hell realm. Yeah? Because we have done so many things. Yeah? The only cure for us is, you know, from now on, you know, to make our life worthwhile. And don't care so much about the body, give it what it needs, you know, and take care of the cheetah that goes from one life to the next, yeah? It's a cheetah, you know, and nobody knows what the cheetah is, yeah? I mean, close your eyes, yeah? Close your eyes for a minute, yeah? Try to meditate, yeah? And then listen to the voice that is within you. That is constantly in your ear. I need this, I need that, now I need to do this, now I need to do that, I need more money, I need a bigger house, I need a new car. You know this voice? Yeah? Or thinking he is not good, that is not good. Yeah? That's all coming from the cheetah. Yeah? It's mostly coming from the kilesas. Yeah? They constantly deceive us, they constantly, you know, they're our best friends and tell us, you know, it's us. Yeah? You know this voice, yeah? It's one, you know, who puts a lot of stress in you, yeah? Puts you under a lot of stress, yeah? You're not good enough. You have to work harder, yeah? You have to earn more money. Yeah? You know that? You know that voice? Ever heard of it? Yeah? It's not you, because who hears it? Have you noticed? There's somebody who knows that there's a voice. There's somebody that knows that there's a thought. There's somebody that knows that there's a memory coming up. Or try to ask the memory and ask, do you know your memory? Huh? Try it. Huh? You know your thought? Try it. You know your feeling? Try it out. Somebody knows there's a feeling. Yeah? And who is that something? Huh? That's a cheetah. That's the one who knows. And that's what we have to take care of. Huh? That's the important thing. Because that cheetah is corrupted by the kilesas and accumulates all the karma of all the deeds that we do and goes from one life to the next life. Karma is very important. Think about it. Don't do unto others what you don't want others to do unto you. And they always miss the second part of the sentence. For whatever happens to you right now, you understand that? For whatever happens to you right now, is that what you have done unto others before. It's not the government, it's not the parents, it's not the teacher, it's not our boss, it's us. That is karma. You understand that? It's scary. It's very scary. So don't do unto others what you don't want others to do unto you from now on. And then only good things are happening to you. That is the solution to the problem. And remember, only things can happen to you what you have done unto others. If you feel you're not respected by others, that means you haven't respected others. If you feel you're not loved by others, that means you haven't really loved others. If you feel, you don't have enough money, that just means, you haven't been generous enough. You haven't been giving things away. You understand that? Let it sink into the heart. Because in this world, there's nothing free. Whatever we want, we have to work for. If we want to become rich, we have to work for by giving first and then receiving the fruits of our generosity. Tough. When you look at it, it is really tough. There's nothing free, I know Thai people, they come into the monastery, giving dana, and then on the way out they buy a lottery ticket. Hoping that they get back what they have given, or even more. You should look at a farmer. Today, he plows, the fields and sows the rice, Do you think he can harvest it tomorrow and eat it? See? You see? Anybody thinks, that today we sow and tomorrow we reap? For rice you have to wait at least 6 months. When you sow today, when you do some good karma, you will have to wait at least 60 years. Most of the karma comes back next life. So if a farmer wants to eat next year, he has to plow the fields and sow the rice. Understood? Now? Kautana? Get it? Whatever we want, we have to work hard for it. There's nothing free. Whatever comes free to us in this life, we have worked for it in the last lives. If you're born in a rich family, that means we have worked in the previous lives, I don't know how many lives, to be born in a wealthy family. If you're born in a poor family, you know why you're born in a poor family. If you don't get a job, that pays a lot of money, you know why. Because also, that the wage is everything. If you get a job, if you don't get a job, it's all karma. It's all the results of our own. For instance, if we haven't employed, we were rich in our previous lives, most of the time it changes to a poor person. We were rich in our previous life, never employed anybody because we didn't want to give out the money. And then in this life we are born as a poor person, and nobody gives us a job. And we don't understand it, why? But if you step back a little bit, and look at a few lives, then we would understand it instantly. Huh? Understand that? Huh? So, don't make a fuss. Yeah? No, it's your own doing, and then better yourself. Huh? Because it's all in your heart. Yeah? Whatever you don't get, it is the reasons for it, it is in your own heart. Then look in your own heart, and remove it. Yeah? Yeah? Instead of being stingy, become generous. Yeah? You can start with little. Yeah? If you want to become beautiful, you have to serve others. We don't like to serve others. If you want to become handsome, that's a result, yeah? That's a result. You can read it in some of the middle length saying, yeah? The Lord Buddha put it all down. It's not that Lumpur, thinks it up. Yeah? It's a teaching of the Lord Buddha. Yeah? He talks about karma. He doesn't talk very often about karma because it's very complicated. Yeah? So I give you only a rule of thumb, yeah? Where you can measure it, yeah? Where you can think, okay, that's like that. So, is it that worthwhile, to have a human form? Huh? And if you understand it right now, training this body, being able to use it, yeah? And our old generation knows, it's not so fun to, when the body doesn't work anymore that great, yeah? All the older people know it, yeah? Huh? They have difficulties getting up from the bed, they have difficulties, to walk, yeah? And they just, we're just waiting for death to come, yeah? Is it really worthwhile, yeah? And whatever we want, we have to work for. And we don't even know, what kind of karma, lies back, we didn't take all the karma that we have, yeah? We just took, a backpack of karma with us, when we entered this life, yeah? When this life ends, we go back home, where there are lots of suitcases, where there are a lot of things, and we pack a new backpack for the next life. And then the karma that we made in this life. Think about it. You have 24 hours, yeah? A day. Maybe you sleep, 6 hours or 7 hours. Yeah? There's no karma done, yeah? But within the 18 hours or 17 hours, you do karma every moment. Karma of thought, karma of speech, and karma of actions, yeah? So be careful, yeah? You don't wish to come it back to you, so don't do it. And that's the only thing, I can say to you, to wake up a little bit, to realize. And you're a very small percentage of people, in this world who hears, actually is able to listen to that. Yeah? So wake up, open your eyes. Huh? I don't have any profit from that. You think I have any profit from that, telling you this, yeah? Especially, the things that you don't like to hear so much. Huh? Sorry, I'm not your nice neighborhood monk, huh? Who tells you, come on, give me something, and you go all to heaven, yeah? Because that would be a lie. Huh? I cannot say anything than the truth. Yeah? And the truth we don't like to hear. We want to know it, but we don't like to hear it. Yeah? And that is the truth. Yeah? Karma can be really scary. But karma is always fair. It only hits the person, who has that karmic result. Yeah? It never hits another person. Yeah? As I said, was it yesterday? Lumpa, he used to travel, he used to travel all over Europe with friends, yeah? And wherever we were, they break in our car, yeah? And the things were mixed, yeah? But they only stole the things from my friends. They never touched anything. And it happened, often, quite often. No matter if it was a hotel room, no matter if it was a car, they broke it open and only took the things of the other person. So whatever you haven't done will not happen to you. That is the good side of karma. We can rely, if you only do good things, we can rely on our karma and sit back and relax. Things, we've never done, will never happen to us. But you shouldn't be stupid, I mean, sometimes, people test it, do I have a long life or short life, and jump down from the from a high rise, That's stupid, You shouldn't put it to chance, Or leave your baggage open, on the street, I mean, that's stupid, And the Lord Buddha taught us to be wise, I mean, at least close it, I mean, if they still take it, it's your karma, But if you invite people, to take it, that is stupidity, So don't test it out in this way. But the car was always locked, so they always broke it off, The hotel room was locked, so they broke in, They even tried to break in my car, but somebody must have caught them. The moment they broke in, so nothing was stolen. I mean, isn't it amazing, when you look at this, And all what we need to do is do good karma, and nothing bad can happen to us. That's our guarantee. It's much better than any kind of life insurance. And you pay a lot of money for that. And what do you insure life? You still have to die. How much money? I mean, but we are easily fooled. I mean, we are fooled by the kilesas who constantly tell us, if you do this, you will be happy. If you do that, you will be happy. And by now, I mean, by our age, 40, 50, we know. Even if we follow that, we will never get happy. Because happiness arises in the heart. In the moment we look outside, we won't get happy. If you look inside, you will get happy. And that's a part of meditation. Just calm the mind. Don't let it think anything. Stick with the Buddha, or stick with the mental repetition of the word Buddha or Dhamma or Sangha, whatever suits you best. Or, do anapanasati, observe the breath at the tip of the nose, until there's no more thought and no more memories. If there's no more thought and no more memories, then there are no more worries. There's no future we can worry about. There's no past we have to worry about. There's no loneliness. There's no fear. Because all these things come with thoughts and memories together. So if you want to become happy, just stop thoughts and memories for a while. And then you're happy. That's what we're looking for, isn't it? Every one of us is looking for some sort of happiness. And the happiness arises here in the heart. It doesn't arise out there. We might get happy, for a moment if we give in to our desires and fulfill our desires. But then the next moment we have a new desire. You all know that, You buy something, you work for it, you buy something, you look at it for 10 times and then you want something else. No? I mean, look at your wardrobe, The dress, how often do you, how often do you wear the same dress, How many dresses do you have in your wardrobe? How many shoes, How many handbags? All costs money, How many suits, it doesn't matter, if it is man or woman, They're all collecting things, Some of the men collect watches, They have this watch and that watch and that watch, For each occasion a different kind of watch, Or, ties, or shoes, the same thing, And doesn't make us happy, I mean, when we buy it, we feel happy for a moment, and then we put it on, for a while, and then we find it boring. Yeah? And then we buy a new pair, and then another thing, and then another thing, and then another thing. Of course, if we fulfill our desire, the burning desire that is dukkha, is that moment we fulfill the desire is gone. And that's why we think, that is a valid reason for us doing it. Yeah? But then the next desire comes up. It's burning again. Yeah? And then we need to fulfill that. Yeah? And there's no end to it. Yeah? Because desire doesn't know any end. You understand that? Huh? So look in your heart. Huh? That's where we should look. Yeah? Stop thoughts and memories and you're happy. You will never be as happy as when thoughts and memories stop. Yeah? You just sit there, and you enjoy yourself. Yeah? Until you're driven out. Yeah? Sooner or later you're driven out. Huh? And then you desire, suddenly you desire this or desire that. Yeah? But while you're there, you don't desire anything. Yeah? You're happy with whatever the way it is. Yeah? And the desire is created by the kilesas, yeah? By not understanding the nature of things. Yeah? They don't understand it. Yeah? They just look for something that they can have. Yeah? And mostly want the things that others have. Envy others because of their, because maybe they have more money, or maybe they have better dresses, or maybe they have a better handbag, yeah? Or maybe they have a brand handbag and we can't afford one. Huh? Things like that. Yeah? Or they have a Mercedes and we can only afford, Toyota. Whatever suits us. Yeah? These desires don't find any end. Yeah? And it drives us, and you just need, to close your eyes and try to stay with the Buddha or with the breath, and you see these voices within you. They constantly drive you on. Yeah? Want this, want that, don't want this, don't want that, don't like this, don't like that, likes this and likes that. Yeah? And they even say you're not good enough, you need to get better. Yeah? You remember all these voices, yeah? Huh? That's it, yeah? That's called desire. Yeah? And that creates all this dukkha in our heart. Yeah? Get rid of it, then for a while, at least for a while, you're happy. Yeah? Until you come out. And that's where you have to start to investigate. Yeah? You have to start to investigate, yeah? The things that make us. Yeah? What do you think you are? Yeah? When you define yourself, when you meet a new person, how do you define yourself? Yeah? First of all, through appearance, yeah? Isn't it? Through the body, yeah? Then through feeling, then through thoughts and ideas, yeah? And through your memories, yeah? That's how you define yourself. There's nothing else. Too long sittings. There's nothing else outside this. Think about something. Yeah? When you think about yourself, yeah? It's your thoughts, it's your feelings, it's your body, yeah? It's your memories, isn't it? Called the four khandhas. Yeah? There's a fifth khandha, it's called consciousness. We're not really aware of that fifth khandha. Yeah? Needs a lot of awareness. Yeah? That's how we define ourselves. Yeah? 5 khandhas, 5 groups. The group of the body, the group of feeling, yeah? The group of memory association, very important. Yeah? When you see a door, you know it's a door, that's memory. Yeah? And you know how to open the door. Yeah? You don't have to learn it every day. That's why you need memory. Otherwise we couldn't live in this world. Every day, trying how do I tie my shoes, yeah? Now, memory is a very important part in our life. Yeah? It gives us, the past, And through thoughts, I immediately plans up for the future. Yeah? How often are we in the future? Yeah? If I do this, I will be happy. Yeah? That's future. If I get my degree, I might get a good job. Yeah? Or if I get a better job, I might get a rise in my pay. Yeah? Things like that. That's all future. What's happening in the present moment, is just, just feeling. Mostly feeling. Bodily feeling, mental feeling. Yeah? So thoughts, memories, yeah? Feelings, body. That's what we think it has. Yeah? Now, when you see a thought, who knows that there is a thought? Just like I said, just a while ago. It's called the principle of anatta. Whatever I can see, whatever I can perceive, yeah, it cannot be me. Because subject and object are two different things. Or, no? I think in our language it's two different things. The subject perceives an object, yeah? So if there's a thought, then there must be a subject that perceives that thought. No? There must be a subject that perceives a feeling. How can you call it your feeling? Huh? There's just a feeling, just like a cloud passing by. You can't even change it. Yeah? Now you have a blue shirt on, you don't like it anymore, and then you put a white shirt on. That is you. Yeah? That belongs to you. You can change it if you don't like it anymore. But the bad feeling that comes over you, can you change it into a good feeling? No. So how can you call it yours? Huh? We are perceived, we are deceived, believing these things, that are so close to us, are me and mine and myself. Yeah? And that is the principle of anatta. Yeah? Whatever I can perceive, the subject that can perceive an object cannot be this object. So the subject that perceives, this thought cannot be the thought. No? It should be clear, no? A little bit understanding. Yeah? And the subject that perceives a feeling cannot be the feeling. And now think about our life, especially about feeling. Yeah? You hurt my feeling. Huh? Which feeling? There's a feeling, yeah? How can you hurt my feeling? Because this feeling doesn't stay with me. It arises and ceases. Huh? No? And clean your teeth, and bite your tongue. But it is like this, yeah? These feelings, come and they go. And we cannot, we cannot see them as me and mine. Yeah? Because we have no control over them. The moment you have control over them, of course, then you can say it's my feeling. Yeah? Yeah? And can you stay with a nice feeling very long? How long does it last? Where does it go? Yeah? We can't even control it. Yeah? The length of the feeling, we can't control what kind of feeling comes in. Yeah? So why do we call it, and we can even perceive it a feeling? Yeah? Why do we call it it's me? It's my feeling. It's my idea, it's my thought. Yeah? And all our problems start with these attachments to thoughts, to feelings and to body. Yeah? They all start with this. All the problems, all our miscommunication is all about this. Yeah? Yeah? You don't know, yeah, what makes you happy. Yeah? But you expect your partner to know what makes you happy? Isn't that the way, a relationship works? Yeah? At least, from my 30-year backward. My girlfriend always wanted, me to understand, what kind of mood she was in. Yeah? I didn't know, yeah? But if I didn't react rightly, she was angry, And I never could understand it, because I never could understand my mood why I was in a bad mood or why I was in a good mood. If she was in a good mood, she could accept everything. If she was in a bad mood, whatever I did was wrong. Yeah. And the same thing, of course, with me as well. Yeah. I mean, if I was in a good mood, she could do whatever she wanted, But if I was in a bad mood, whatever she did, I got angry, yeah. I didn't know, how to change my moods. How should she know? Or how should he know how to change my moods, yeah? If I don't know myself, yeah? So the first thing is to understand yourself, how you tick, yeah? Before you ask somebody else to change you, yeah? Or to satisfy you. Because that's what we expect from our partner, yeah? We are not very explicit with this, but very implicit, yeah? Agree? Huh? And that makes our partnership not really nice, yeah? Most of the time. Because we expect from other people, something that we really don't know. If we know what we want, we can tell the other person. But we don't know what we want, So how can we tell the other person? But we do expect the other person to know what we want, yeah? We ourselves don't know it, yeah? Isn't that a little bit schizophrenic, yeah? Don't you agree with that? Huh? So, think about it, yeah? Realize it, and don't expect other people to satisfy you if you can't satisfy yourself. Huh? No? Yeah, we don't like to hear that. Yeah, I know. But that's the truth, huh? Get to realize, the moment you start to realize the truth within yourself, life becomes much easier, yeah? As long as you lie to yourself and deceive yourself, yeah? Because you're the one who lies to yourself and deceives yourself because you think that you know what you want, yeah? But most of the time you don't really know what you want, yeah? So don't deceive yourself, be honest to yourself, and then any kind of partnership will become much more happier. Yeah? If that's what you want, yeah? If you want to have a happy relationship, it's up to you to make it happy. Yeah? Don't blame the other for it. What we mostly do. Yeah? He's not good, he doesn't understand me. Yeah? I couldn't hear the phrase anymore. If you don't do that, you don't love me anymore. Oh. At that time I was still stupid, I didn't really understand, I was really, racking my brain, how can I solve this misery, How can I solve this puzzle? Anyway, that's just the past, yeah? But it's still, it's still working us. Don't deceive yourself, be honest to yourself, and don't expect the other person to know what you want. Yeah? First of all, know what you want, and then do it. Yeah? Because you're the only one who can do it. The Lord Buddha couldn't go, couldn't help us to go to Nibbana. Huh? But we expect our partner to make us happy, yeah? The Lord Buddha said, I can show you the path to happiness, I can show you the path to Nibbana, but I can't make the path for you, I can't walk the path for you. Yeah? I can show only the path. Yeah? And the path is Sila, Samadhi, Panya. So, it is the 5 precepts, it is Samadhi, the ability to concentrate. Yeah? In the younger generation, I know they have extremely difficulties. They are brought up with internet, they are brought up with smartphones. Their attention span is half a second, yeah? Or 1 second at most. Yeah? From 1 second, then when you read something, a second later you're already on a new subject. Yeah? So for meditation, we have to have a concentration span for at least 30 minutes to get a little bit of calm. So the younger generation that is constantly on their smartphones, will have a very difficult time to get back that concentration. Yeah? But you have to learn it, yeah? Just like you had to learn to walk. Yeah? The older generation might have easier, but maybe they are already also in the smartphone area, yeah? So constantly looking, and that doesn't help us, yeah? Concentration is always coming back to one point, to the same point, yeah? And of course that is for us boring, yeah? If you can't even stay on the same article, for more than 2 seconds, how can be a thing, that we constantly repeat like the Buddha, 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 how can we stay on that? Yeah? So we have to train it, and we can train it, yeah? With persistence and effort, yeah, we can train it, yeah? Just put the mind back to the Buddha or to Anapanasati, to the tip of the nose, observe the breath there, and then just pull it back and pull it back and pull it back. Yeah? But of course we would need a lot of patience. Yeah? And then what arises is the moment, there are no more thoughts coming and no more memories coming, we feel happy, yeah? Or we feel peaceful. Yeah? Depends on each person's characteristic. Yeah? Some people feel, absolute stillness, other people feel peacefulness, other people feel happiness, other people feel joy. Yeah? That depends on the characteristic. But at least, we don't, for that moment, we don't desire anything. And the moment we come out is when we feel rested, yeah? And concentrate. Yeah? And that's the effect of samadhi, or it's called upachara samadhi, access samadhi. When we always come out, we feel for a moment, the longer we're in, the longer the moment lasts. For a moment, we feel really concentrated, energized. Yeah? It's just like charging your battery pack, yeah? Yeah? Or power bank. Yeah? Charging your power bank. When have you last charged your power bank? Huh? Every day you go to work, and if you go to work every day you need some rest, so you go to sleep, yeah? When was the last time you put your mind to sleep? Huh? Never. Don't you think it's tired? Huh? And that's how we put our mind to sleep, to rest, not to think, not to memorize, not to do all these activities, yeah? Just to stay, just to stay. And then when we come out, just like, you have a nice sleep, you feel refreshed, yeah? And that is the effect of samadhi. Not that you feel happy, and at that time you don't want anything. And then if you stay there longer, you realize you never need anything. Huh? Only when you come out and these thoughts, and all these senses come and bombard you, then you need all these things, yeah? When you go back into samadhi, you suddenly don't need anything. And then you go back out, and then suddenly you need all these things. That's where the investigation comes in, yeah? To get rid of these, driving forces that constantly desire us to do this or do that, to like this or to dislike that. Yeah? And then we investigate the things that we believe we are. Yeah? Like I said, the 5 khandhas, the 5 groups, the body, yeah? Feeling, memory, association, thoughts, and consciousness. But in the beginning, it's a body. Yeah? What goes in the body is nice. What comes out of the body is disgusting. Huh? Take off the skin, and then, yeah. Huh? Tonight, when you go and see your partner, take off the skin and see if he wants to hug you. Huh? It's just the skin that is the big deceiver. It's thin tissue. Yeah? If our skin would be out of glass or transparent, yeah, nobody. We would always, be completely up in close, yeah. So nobody sees, the inside. Have you ever seen the inside of a body? Yeah. Huh? You like it? Yeah. No. Of course we don't like it. The only thing that we like is this, shiny skin, yeah? And the hairs, and the teeth, yeah? And the nails, yeah? Huh? That's what we show, yeah? And the parts that we think that they are beautiful, yeah? How our dress is made, We show the parts that we think are beautiful and hide the parts that we think they are not so beautiful. No? So we have to investigate this body, because within this body there is greed and hatred. Yeah? There's always this likes and dislikes. Yeah? And it comes with the body. It comes with all these deficiencies of the body, that it gets hungry, that it gets thirsty, that it gets tired. Yeah? So seeing that the body is not self. Yeah? It's not me, there's something in this body. And we can only realize that when we go into samadhi, that there's something in this body that drives this body. And you can actually experience all these things. Yeah? Right? Lumpa doesn't tell you any stories from the horse, or Tate. Yeah? I mean, you can experience whatever I'm talking about. You can experience for yourself. Right? You can see the cheetah move. Once the cheetah moves, the body moves. Yeah? When the cheetah doesn't move, the body doesn't move. Not at all. Not an inch. Doesn't scratch, it doesn't move. Yeah? When the cheetah moves, the body moves. Yeah? And the more restless, the more restless the cheetah is, the more restless is the body. Yeah? Because the restlessness comes out in the body. Yeah? And you can see that, you can feel it. Yeah? Before there is a thought, the thought is thought out in the brain. Yeah? The cheetah is not in the brain. Some people think the cheetah is in the brain. The cheetah is here, right next to the physical heart. That's where we can feel it. Yeah? Just in the center. Yeah? Because it needs a physical heart. Yeah? And the nerve system that is behind. Yeah? To know this body and to operate this body. So when there's an intention arising in the chitta, it wants to think something, it sends some activity up to the brain, and then it starts to think. You have to slow down, you need a high-speed camera. Yeah? They can take 30 frames in a second, 3,000 frames a second. And then you can see every movement. The chitta moves, and then you see every movement of the body. But you can do that without a high-speed camera, with awareness, that it's just fast. Yeah? But our awareness is not fast. Yeah? It's very slow. It's most of the time it's dull. Yeah? And it's sleeping. Yeah? Because we put it to sleep. Once we educated this body, once we trained this body, we don't want really to know things. Yeah? Do we? We just, run along. As long as our programs work, we just run along. Okay, tomorrow morning, working, yeah. And then we come home, we do our kitchen work, or whatever, yeah. And then we eat, then we watch TV or look at our smartphone and then go to bed. And the next day the same thing, No? That's what we like. We don't want to think. That's why, we drink alcohol, make us, somehow distract us all the time. Yeah? And that's why we don't know all these things, how they happen. Yeah? The moment we gather, instead of looking outside, we look inside, we know all these things. Yeah? Yeah? I think it's enough for today. The attention span of most of the people has reached its end already. Huh? So if you have any questions, you can ask them. Yeah? I see the restlessness coming up, people shifting around and so on. Yeah? So you need to have, attention to understand what is said. Okay, are there any questions? Then at least, make something, if you understand a little bit, yeah? Don't waste your human birth. Don't waste it, by dilly-dallying or killing the time, playing this and playing that. That means wasting, yeah? All these video games that are on your smartphones that you constantly play with, yeah? Instead of playing this, repeat putto, 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 yeah? And get calm and happy, yeah? Instead of constantly distracting yourself. Yeah? Don't waste your human birth. Yeah? It is very difficult to get a human birth. Yeah? Listen to the Lord Buddha. Yeah? And make your life happy. You know where happiness arises in the heart. Huh? Never realize that anger arises in the heart. No? But we think it arises in this person. I don't like him, that's why my anger arises here. Huh? Huh? And isn't it strange how we think? Yeah? We think another person is responsible for the anger that arises within our own heart. Huh? It comes here first, when we throw it at him, the anger comes back to us, yeah? This person gets angry at us, and then it comes back, yeah? Then it's his anger, yeah? But first, it arises here. No? Never noticed? Huh? It's the same with envy, it arises here, yeah? With dislikes, it arises here, yeah? With likes, yeah? It arises here. Most of us have ever, probably have ever met, a person who fell in love with a person, who didn't even, had no interest in us, yeah? No? So the love arises within our heart as well, yeah? It has nothing to do with the other person. The other person even doesn't know about it. No? Never experienced? Or maybe it was only Lumpur. Okay, so no questions, yeah? Okay, then just call it an evening, yeah? Yeah?
Can I ask one question?
Yeah?
No problem. Yeah, just a question, Ajahn. So how do we actually go about removing all the delusion inside the heart?
Well, first, remove greed and hate, yeah? These are the strongest armies, yeah? Greed and hate, that are rooted within the body, and we have to contemplate the body in order to, or investigate the body in order to understand, yeah? Because all our likes and dislikes, the things that go into the body we like, and the things that come out of the body we dislike. So we have to understand the nature of the body in order to get rid of greed and hate, yeah? And once we get rid of greed and hate, actually, you already advanced to the stage of anagami, non-returner, and only he, fiddles around with the delusion, yeah, part. Yeah? And the delusion part is actually, in memory and thoughts, yeah. It's so intertwined. You can't separate memory and thoughts from another. And delusion is intertwined in that, yeah. And it is very difficult to rip it apart and see. Yeah? Greed and hatred is much easier to see, yeah? But delusion is very difficult to catch. Okay, understood? Yeah?
Good evening, Ajahn. Good evening, Ajahn. Okay. Good evening, Ajahn. Yes, I'd like to know about investigation.
Yeah.
You talked about it earlier, but is it the meditative kind of investigation where you probably is calm, and then what do you investigate on? Is it if one is calm and there's no thoughts, so what do we actually look
then
at?
we don't investigate. There are two different kinds of meditation, yeah, or practice. Yeah. One is calm meditation, where we concentrate on anapanasati, yeah, or the tip of the nose, or the Buddha, or the mental repetition of the Buddha, in order to get the mind calm and sharp. Yeah. It's sharpening the knife. If you want to do some kitchen work, if you have a blunt knife, you can't cut anything. Yeah. Then the other part, once the mind is calm, then it takes an object of investigation. And that object is, for instance, the body, or it's a part of the body. It's the hair of the body, or it is the skin, or it is the nail, or it's the teeth. And then takes just this one object, yeah, and internally visualize it, and then cuts it open, to see what it is made of, yeah. Or you can take the whole body, and see how it decays, yeah, or whatever you want, yeah. And that is called investigation of the body, yeah. But mostly, you sharpen your wisdom first when you sit long enough and investigate pain, yeah. Because if you sit 2 hours, there is pain coming up. Yeah? No? Notice that? Yeah? Hmm? And have you noticed when you get up, there's no more pain? You notice that?
I still have pain.
But different kind of pain.
Yeah, right. Usually the joints pain and things like that, yeah.
I mean, most of the people will have pain in the knees, or pain, pain in the legs, And in the moment they get up, this pain is gone. That's why they constantly stop, meditation. Because that is the way they think, they get rid of pain. But isn't it a magic pain, that suddenly disappears the moment we stop meditating? Huh? Any kind of pain that you have, if you cut your hand, if you sit, and if you stop, if you lie down, it's still there, isn't it? So how can this pain suddenly disappear? It suddenly disappears, as it has never been there. Huh? But we never ask, because we never reflect. Yeah? We never ask ourselves. We just take it, as granted, when we get up from meditation, our pain is gone, yeah? And that's why we normally get up, yeah? Or the restlessness is gone, yeah? Isn't it? Yeah? But we never, yeah? I mean, that makes, that's why we can be called stupid, because we never reflect, yeah? We never think about it, hey, why did it suddenly stop, yeah? There must be something wrong, yeah? When I have, when I sit there, I have restlessness, no matter if I walk or, sit, the restlessness still will stay on, yeah? Or the boredom, yeah? Boredom is even worse than restlessness, yeah? Sometimes, yeah? You don't know what to do, and no matter if you sit or you stand or, or run, the boredom is still there, yeah? Or, when we cut our fingers, the pain, whatever we do, it still stays on. But the moment we stop meditation, this kind of pain magically disappears. Huh? Notice it? Most of you have noticed it, but you never thought about it. Huh? That's why I said it is so important to reflect. So investigation of the body, is done, looking at it. Yeah? You can look at it, from birth, just like I said, I gave you so many examples how to look at the body, yeah? And that is the first thing that you investigate. Or, when you sit long, you investigate, what is pain? And don't come up with any answers. You want to see the truth. So you have to question, what is pain? Yeah? Where is the pain? Is the pain changing? Yeah? Is it anicca? Is it impermanent? Yeah? Is it getting stronger? And then we really have to observe. Instead of observing the breath, we really have to observe that pain. Yeah? To understand. And then you will see, if you observe it long enough, it will move from one knee to the next knee. And then you observe it there. And then it moves to the back. And then it moves to the neck. Magically disappearing from one place and magically appearing in another place. And then hopefully you get a little bit smarter. Yeah? Then you follow it up and see where it comes from. Yeah? That is investigating pain. And when you can investigate pain, you can investigate any kind of feeling. Yeah? You just ask the same question. There is fear. What is fear? How does it feel like? Where is it actually located? Yeah? And then you look at it. And most of these feelings, they instantly will disappear the moment you look at them. Just like in the beginning, when the pain isn't strong, the moment you look at it, the pain is gone. Yeah? Only if it becomes stronger, if you sit for 2 or 3 hours, then it really is very stable. Yeah? And then you can start to investigate. In the body you investigate in a very similar way. Yeah? You take one of the objects, be it the hair, be it the skin, be it the teeth or whatever, and then look at it until you get a visual image of it. And then you dissect it. Yeah? And then you look, what is the nature of it? Yeah? Or you look at the loathsomeness of the body. Yeah? You look at the delicious food that you just had, and then you go into the stomach and look at the food, how it is there. I mean, you want to throw up, yeah? I mean, most of the time. Huh? We don't mind as long as the food is there, yeah? It's nice and warm, isn't it? Yeah? But the moment it comes out, we don't like to touch it anymore. Yeah? We don't even like to, when we throw up, yeah? And the food is still good, we don't like to eat it again. Do we? And it's even worse, yeah? I mean, when we think about the spittle in our mouth, when we spit it in our hand, 2 minutes later we don't want to lick it up again. Why? Huh? And it's just spittle. Yeah? Or take the food, the most delicious food, put it in your mouth, spit it out, and you don't want to eat it. Just because it got in touch with this body. So there's some misunderstanding, some big misunderstanding about our understanding of the body. Yeah? And this is the riddle or the puzzle that we have to solve with our investigation. Understood?
So Ajahn, so investigation arises out of a purpose out of thinking, or it comes out of wisdom, or...
No. I mean, when we do, like I said, samatha meditation or vipassana. Vipassana is insight meditation. Samatha, there's no wisdom arising. Yeah? When we start, wisdom arises only when we ask the right question. But first we have to have an object, yeah? A stable object, be it a nimitta or be it a sign, that we create by visualizing hair or the skin or teeth or whatever inner organ, and then asking the right question. What is the substance of these organs? When I cut it up, how does it look like? Yeah? Or when I put some fire under it, how does it burn? Yeah? Or whatever you want. Yeah? These questions will come over time by themselves, through your investigation. Yeah? Okay? Don't get it mixed up. I mean, vipassana, like it is mostly taught. Yeah? I mean, it is like standing over a bridge. Yeah? And looking at the cars, yeah. I mean, they say, just watch your mind, yeah. It's the same thing, go over a bridge, go on a bridge, on an expressway, and look at the cars coming and going, yeah. They will never stop. Sometimes there are fewer, and sometimes there are more. And that's with watching the mind. The mind will never stop if you don't really ask the right questions, yeah. What the hell is going on? Yeah? Is a good question. Yeah? Who are you to tell me? It's another good question. Yeah? When somebody comes home, I need this. Who the hell are you to tell me what I need? Huh? I mean, question this, yeah? Because it's not you. Yeah? It's a kilesa driving. Yeah? It's your slave master. Yeah? You're the slave. Yeah? From the kilesas telling you what to do, what to like and what not to like. No? But they, they infuse you and say, it's me. Yeah, I like. Yeah? I like this. I don't like this. Yeah? They make us believe it, really. But the moment, we are stern, and say, ask them, who are you? Then suddenly stop. Yeah? They will come again. Yeah? Don't worry. But the more often, we stop them, the less power they have over us. Yeah? Okay? Understood?
Hi, Ajahn. Actually, I got a question regarding meditation. So, just now I was talking about, looking at the pain. But what if, the pain after long sitting, it gets too violent, and when you look at it, you find that you cannot overcome it, but you also don't want to...
Okay, then retreat, send the white flag and retreat, yeah? But don't retreat without saying, next time, I have just one more minute longer. Yeah? Never retreat, and then leave everything, behind, yeah? Always retreat, knowing that you retreat, and knowing that you're going, next time I punch again. Yeah? That's how you never lose. Yeah? You only lose if you give up. Yeah? But if you say, okay, now I can't take it anymore, so in the next sitting I will, try again. Yeah? Then you don't lose completely. Yeah? And over the time you will be actually, winning. Of course it is not. Nobody sits there and goes through pain, just like that. It can take years, to be able to face up with the pain. And the biggest problem is the dislike of the pain. You actually have to reverse it. The moment pain comes up and you see there's dislike, no, oh wow, wonderful, now I have a stable object. Yeah? My Buddha was always, going all over the place. Yeah? My attention on the breath was all over the place. But now this is really stable. Thank you that you are here. Now I can observe. Yeah, just reverse things. Because it's nothing. You're just the observer. Yeah, you're not the pain. Okay.
I got you.
Yeah.
Hello, Ajahn. Question regarding the kilesas.
Yeah.
Is it only through meditation or advanced meditation, stillness of the mind, that you can overcome or shut out the kilesas, or if you advance through practicing the precepts, that eventually you get to a stage where the kilesas thin out, or they don't bother you, or they don't come to you?
That is not so easy answer, because the kilesas are false. Of course, through practicing, more and more practicing, the precepts, the 5 precepts, the weaker the kilesas get, because you don't give in to them. So how to make the kilesas weaker is not to give in to them, but finally to get rid of them is only through investigation. Yeah? And greed and hate, just like, this woman asked, you can only through investigation of the body, because they are rooted within this body. If you really do not understand the nature of this body yet, greed and hatred will still be there. But if you defy them, over time and not give in to greed and hate, so much, yeah, you will be able to reduce the power of the kilesas. That's all what you can do. But there is no advanced meditator, there's only an experienced meditator. Because the meditator in the beginning does the same thing. Yeah? When you start meditation, you do samatha and vipassana. And the one who's just before Arahant, does the same thing. He does samatha and vipassana. Yeah? But he's much more experienced, handling with the kilesas, and handling with all the troubles. Yeah? So there is no advanced meditator, because an advanced meditator doesn't take any advanced courses. He still does the same thing as the basic meditator who starts today. Yeah? But he's more and more experienced. Yeah? Just like an engineer, he gets more and more through the work, he gets more and more experience. Yeah? Okay?
Lompo, may I ask, then when we are observing the pain, there's no questioning, it's just observing. And sometimes some realization may occur, but there's no initiation of any questioning. Is that all right?
No. I just told you have to ask, what is pain? Where is the pain? Where is it? And where is it instantly located? Yeah? Maybe I didn't say it, maybe I said it before. So, what is pain? Is it moving? Yeah? Is it changing? Is it sometimes stronger? Is it weaker? So it's impermanent. Yeah? So you have to ask these questions. Investigation is always about asking the question. Yeah? You have to ask the right question. Then you ask, where is actually the pain located? Is it in the skin? Yeah? Or is it in the bones? Or is it in the flesh? Or is it in the tendons? But you never listen to any answers that come from the kilesas. Yeah? You just want to know, you want to see, yeah, where the pain is. Yeah? If you believe, the pain comes through, from sitting too long in this position, yeah, then the game is over, lost. Yeah? Because when you sit, in front of your TV and watch for 2 hours a movie, there is no pain. No? But when you sit for 20 minutes, and try to observe the breath, there's so much pain. No? You understand?
So, Long Po, we need to initiate a questioning.
Of course. That is that's where the difference is, and you should really keep it, keep it separate. One thing is making the mind calm. Once the mind is calm, it can do this investigation. Investigation is always asking the right question, and not listening to the answers that come through the kilesas, but listening to the knowingness of the heart that tells you what the answer is. So for investigation, you have to use the right question. What happens to this body when it dies? So you ask, and the cheetah will give you the answer and will show you, how a corpse, how when you die, what goes out first, and what happens to this corpse. And over the time you will see, what rots first, what comes out first, and what happens. But of course that takes a bit of experience. Some people have to work 10 years in order to get that picture or that sequence, and other people, can get it within a week, depending on what we've done in our previous lives. So understand, samatha is always staying with the same, whenever there is something, coming back to the Buddha or coming back to the breath. Investigation is always asking the right questions. What is pain? Or what is fear? What is loneliness? How does it feel like? Then you ask, what does it feel like? And then you look at the feeling. But you have to be able to accept the feeling. If you see there's a dislike of this feeling, you cannot investigate it. It gets stronger and stronger and stronger. If you dislike the pain, it becomes stronger, and suddenly, you have to raise the white flag. Okay, I'm defeated. Let's go. Try it another time. Okay, understood? No more? Yeah?
Ajahn, just now you mentioned about the answers that come out, right? How do we differentiate whether it's an answer from the klesha or the answer from our
Yeah, it's very easy. The answer that comes out, you doubt.
Sorry, again.
Doubting. Doubting. If it says, it is because I sit so long, then you just say, I don't believe it. In the moment the answer, wavers, then you know it's the wrong answer. If you know it, you know it, I mean, like, I take the example, people, People put their hand into the fire, Other people don't see it, but you know it, because you burned your hand, So other people say, I don't believe you, But you know it, But if you just think that you put your hand in the fire, the moment you are, maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. You understand the difference? When you experience something, you know it. When you assume something, you really do not know it. And the moment you really do not know it, you just believe it, with the right question, you can make it falter. You can make it, shake and disappear. But that is a skill, it won't come easy. The first, sometimes, the first few times you believe it, until you realize, that it was wrong. We have to learn. The kilesas are very tricky. I mean, they ruled us for billions or for trillions of lives, they know every trick. And even, even in this life, even if we understood one of the tricks, they come with a new one that we have never seen. He's just like a magician, A magician show you all the tricks on the stage, and then you stand up, you said, okay, now I really want to see how he does it. You stand up, and then he shows a completely new trick and say, wow, and then sit down. And forget to get up behind the stage, until you realize that he constantly tricks you, and then you're really determined and go behind the stage and look how he does it. And once you understand how he does the trick, you're not pulled anymore. Yeah? So I mean, don't expect it to work instantly, but try. I mean, whenever there's an answer coming up, try to defeat it. So, I don't believe it. Maybe it is true, maybe it isn't true, maybe it's not right. And then you see, I mean, it starts to waver, and then there are more arguments coming. And when you see there are more arguments coming, then you know exactly, it's fake. Because knowingness is knowingness, it doesn't need arguments. When there's some rationalization coming or arguments coming, then you know it's wrong. It's fake from the beginning. Okay?
Thank you, Ajahn.
Ajahn,
You asked yesterday, you don't need to.
this question, maybe it's the kilesa is playing the trick always. I feel that sometimes I'm a bit too pessimistic. All this Dhamma, all this ugliness of the body, looking at beautiful things. I sometimes think they are not permanent, they are not beautiful. So I caught myself that I'm not so happy. But I should be happy knowing all this true. So can Ajahn highlight before I highlight the way before I go out track? I find that sometimes I'm a bit pessimistic about all this Dhamma that.
I mean, first of all, before you investigate, you have to find the happiness in your heart. You stop thinking. I mean, what makes you pessimistic? Thinking. Stop thinking. Before you investigate, I mean, what we have to learn first is to make the mind calm. Of course, thinking about all these things can make you pessimistic, but it's also a thought, just a thought. People always, that instead of going through the kindergarten, they already want to go to high school. The kindergarten is learning how to train the mind to stay at one thing. In order to stay at one thing, it makes the mind calm, it makes the mind sharp. And a mind that is sharp and a mind that is calm is a mind that is objective. So, if a mind that is objective, he sees something, he doesn't say it's good or bad, or it is nice or not so nice. It just sees it. And that's what you have to do first, So you have to do first samatha before you can do vipassana. You understand that? And if you're pessimistic, then just stop any thoughts, Or, say, no, I'm actually optimistic. And then say it a few times and it suddenly changes. What is so pessimistic about life? Or use it as a driving force to sit more in meditation. If you think about, I'm going to hell, then then you certainly know what to do. Use any means, to make the best out of your life. If you're afraid of hell, then do a lot of sitting and keep the 5 precepts. Samatha is important, and I said it. It is important because the people are so distracted they can't keep, for 1 second on the same subject. And the mind goes on and on and on and on and on. And if the mind goes on and turns around and around, that's how it creates moods. And moods last much, much longer than emotions. But emotions are also, like I explained yesterday, they are just, sugar candy. You put a handful of sugar, throw it into a hot pan, and then Wind it up, wind it up, wind it up, wind it up, yeah? So, samatha first, yeah? Get the mind calm first, you know, before you do any investigation, yeah? It's not important, you know? And even if you do it for a few years, you know, just samatha, you know, get the mind calm, yeah? And then it gets happy, you know. Once it gets happy, you know, once it gets energetic, you know, it is willing to do the work. Looking at life like that, you know, the only thing, you know, that leaves you up going to the high rise, you know, and jump down, yeah? But that's not the solution. Huh? Because then you not only jump down, you know, you just go through to hell, yeah? Understood?
Yes,
yeah. Okay. So, any more?
Can we have a last question before we end the session?
We don't have to have a last question, we can just stop, yeah?
Yeah, since Long Paul came all the way here? No? Okay, so can we just put our palms together? I'd like to, on behalf of everyone here, and in terms of the volunteers and helpers that's been organizing the event, even the organizer, through all these days since Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're having the retreat and all the way until today. We'd like to actually express our gratitude for Long Paul, actually to
make it short, you know, just pay respect.
Yeah, at least make it meaningful. So I'd like to everyone wish Long Paul good health, definitely, and also the good conditions that you know, to be able to host Long Paul again to give us the teachings. So with this, let's say sadhu together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
And don't forget to do something with your life, yeah? Don't waste it, yeah? It's worth, yeah?
Thank you, Long Paul. Right, so for those